Hey guys, it's me, Annabelle, and today I'm going to be showing you how to make a card out of recycled materials. This video was made in partnership with the organization EcoYouth. Make sure to check out the link in the description to see their Instagram. EcoYouth is a team-led organization fighting the impacts of climate change and reducing the cause of things that have a negative impact on the environment. And because this craft was inspired by their organization, I decided to make my card out of recycled materials. Okay, now let's get started. For this project, you will need a mat to make your craft on, cardstock paper or reused cardstock paper, or even pre-made cards like this that you want to decorate. And because this card is made out of reusable items, you will need some magazine paper that you have lying at home or even colored cardstock paper. This card is totally customizable, so you can use any type of coloring utensils to decorate your card. More importantly, you will need some type of adhesive to glue the things onto your card. You can use glue sticks, double-sided tape, hot glue, or any other adhesive. You can also use hole punchers or paper cutters to decorate your card with, but you do not have to use these tools. You can use other materials that you have at home, such as stickers, paper, glue, glitter glue, or any other materials you have at home that you want to reuse. And if you're using white cardstock as your card surface, you will need some type of paint or watercolor to make a background for your card. You will also need some type of black Sharpie or permanent marker to write a message on your card. Then you can either use a tool to make your symmetrical circles with, or you can even draw out your own circles, but I chose to use a tool so that all my circles were even. And if you're using paint or watercolor for your card, you will need a paintbrush. And lastly, you will need a pair of scissors to cut out the petals for your flowers. So first you're going to choose your desired surface to make your card on. For mine, I chose to use this white piece of cardstock paper. To make the background for your card, you're going to need a container to put your paint in, any colored paint, and a paintbrush. Start by filling your container with water and pouring out your desired colors of paint. As you can see here, I went for a blue and brown theme. Then you are going to mix water into your paint so that it turns into a watercolor, and then you're going to use your finger and spray it onto your card. Feel free to make even bigger dots, but do be careful because this process is messy. Again, feel free to use any size and any colors of dots that you want. You can even mix colors for dots if you want to, but make sure you add enough water into the paint so that it's easier to spray. And once you are finished, let it dry. And while you are waiting, you're going to rip out the colors from your magazine that you want your flowers to be. Make sure that your ripped out surface has more colored surface than words because it will look better for your flowers. So for my flowers, I chose to make 3 big blue ones and 2 small brown ones. So for a medium-sized flower, you're going to need multiple circles with a radius of 6 centimeters. And just a reminder, you don't have to use the tool that I'm using. You can draw out your own circles if you would like, but in total you will need about 17 circles with a radius of 6 centimeters for a medium-sized flower. Then use a pair of scissors to cut out your circles. Make sure to save your scraps for later because you will be using them again. Once you have all your circles, you're going to fold all of them about 2/3 of the way up. But make sure that the color side is facing you because you want the color to show when you make your flower. Now that you have all your circles folded, you're going to fold them in half. So now that you have finished folding your circles, you are going to pull out the middle of your petals. So to do this, you are going to grab the 2 flaps inside of the petal and you're going to pull it out a little bit until there is a bubble and press down on it. And as you can see here, by pulling out the middle, the petal becomes larger. And once you have pulled out all the middles for your petals, you are going to take a pair of scissors and cut out the sharpest corner of the petal. Once you have finished all your petals, you are going to glue them together using any adhesive of your choice. I chose to use double-sided tape. This step can actually be done before you cut the petals, I forgot to mention that, but basically you are gluing the middle of the petals together. So now that you have attached the middle of your petals, you are going to make your flower by attaching all your petals together using the same adhesive that you used at first. And make sure your petals are facing the same way when you are gluing them together. Once you have finished gluing your petals together, it should look like this. Now to finish off your flower, you're going to glue the last two petals together. And this is how your medium-sized flower should look like once you open it. Depending on your card size, you might need to make multiple flowers that are different sizes. And in order to do this, you're going to need to make bigger circles and smaller circles. So for larger flowers, you would need the radius of the circle to be at least an inch in length, and then for smaller flowers, you would need it to be less than half an inch in length. Keep in mind that you're repeating the same process that you did for the medium-sized flower to make your smaller and bigger flowers, except you're using larger and smaller circles. So this is how my different size flowers look like once they're done. Now you can glue your flowers onto your card by using either hot glue or any other adhesive that you have at home. You can place your flowers wherever you would like, but I recommend having a parent supervise you if you do choose to use a hot glue gun because it can be dangerous. Now you can decorate your card with whatever you want, but I chose to use the old scraps of paper from cutting these circles and using paper cutters to cut out confetti to glue onto my card. And once I had my stars and circles cut out, I used a glue stick to glue it onto my card. Then you can take your black Sharpie or permanent marker to write your message on your card. For my card, I even decided to put a cloud border around my words, but keep in mind that you can decorate your card however you would like and add whatever you want onto your card. And this is how my card looks like after it is done. Here are some examples of other cards that I have made using the same materials. Again, feel free to be as creative as you want because these cards are totally customizable. And that's how you make a card out of recycled materials.